the spiritual and personal success of our children is the focus of many of the prayers believers pray. I repeat, the spiritual and personal success of our children is the focus of many of the prayers as believers, the prayers that we as believers pray. We hope for the best. Every parent hopes for the best. Yet there are times when they need the strength of our faith, when children need the strength of our faith in God's promise over their lives. Now, there are times, of course, when what they are facing requires us to activate our spiritual wisdom and maturity on their behalf. That's when we stand in the gap for our children by fasting and praying for their salvation, for their deliverance, and their safety, healing, success, and breakthrough in the name of Jesus. Angels will be dispatched to intervene in the lives of our children and to deliver them. Not only to deliver them, but also to deliver also to them the future and the hope that God promised them. Don't lose hope if your children are far from the Lord. Your prayers and the fasting can bring about the full measure of salvation in the lives of your children. Your fasting can deactivate and reverse the weapons the enemy tries to form against your children. The scripture has said, your children will be taught, our children will be taught by the Lord. They will not depart from the way of the Lord. So fasting, what it does, it restores breaches and gaps that have been punched in the lives of our children. Fasting brings deliverance and salvation to households. So as you fast and pray, you can say, Father, as I fast and pray, let my household receive deliverance and salvation in Jesus' name. I receive, or you can say, I receive a household deliverance and salvation through this season of fasting in Jesus' name. Fasting also, it is a cure. Fasting is a cure for backsliding. So as we fast and pray, our fasting can cure our children's backsliding. The Lord is faithful. We should understand that the Lord is faithful to his covenant with us. The Lord is faithful to his covenant with you. He keeps his promises. And as you fast and pray on behalf of your children and ask the Lord to give you spiritual eyes through which to see your children, this will become a reality in Jesus' name. As you fast and pray on behalf of your children, it is important for you to also ask the Lord, ask him to give you spiritual eyes through which to see your children. Do not let what you see in the natural in the lives of your children. That's what most times we miss. As parents, we allow what we see in the natural to shake our faith. But I want to say to you, do not let what you see in the natural shake your faith for what you know the Lord has promised for your children. What fasting does is that fasting will increase God's glory will increase fasting will release what it does. Fasting, number one, will release God's glory for your children and their protection. Isaiah 58 and verse 8 says, then your salvation will come like the dawn, and your wounds will quickly heal. It goes on to say, your godliness will lead you forward, and the glory of the Lord will protect you from behind. Then your salvation will come like the dawn, and your wounds will quickly heal, and your godliness will lead you forward, and the glory of the Lord will protect you from behind. Throughout this book of Isaiah, you see several promises and prophecies that talk about God's restoration. Obviously, even in Jeremiah, in most of the entire books of the Bible, you discover that consistency. Now, I want to draw from this Isaiah 58, the scripture of our calling. If you notice, I have used verses from Isaiah 58 as a foundation throughout these teachings and prayers, because it is the Lord giving instruction on what is his chosen way of fasting. There are many promises revealed here that God will honor and keep when we fast in Isaiah 58. We see in Isaiah 58, divine protection is another promise from this very chapter. God promises to protect us with his glory. So you need to understand as a believer, as you fast, that fasting releases the glory of the Lord, which covers us and our children and those who are near and dear to us. God has promised to cover the church with glory as a dense. Isaiah chapter 4 verse 5. The enemy cannot penetrate or overcome this glory. Now, when you're fasting, what it does, fasting releases the glory of the Lord, which covers us, and the enemy cannot penetrate or overcome this glory. That's why Satan doesn't want you to walk in the glory of the Lord. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying to us. Now, what else does fasting do? Fasting will prepare the way for you and your children and deliver you from enemies that lie in wait against you. Fasting, what it does, it prepares the way for us and our children and deliver us from our enemies that lie in wait for our destruction. Ezra chapter 8 and verse 21, of course, and verse 31. At the beginning I mentioned about Ezra 8, 21 to 23. But if you look at Ezra chapter 8 and verse 21, then you skip to verse 31, you'll notice what I have just said to you. Fasting will prepare the way for you and your children and deliver you from enemies that lie in wait. The Bible says in Ezra 8:21, then I proclaimed a fast there at the river of Ahava, that we might humble ourselves before our God, to seek him from a good root for us, our little ones, you see, our little ones, and all our substance. Verse 31, then we began the journey from Ahava river on the 12th day of the first month to Jerusalem.